Alright, my people, check this out. We're here. Let's get you a better look. We're doing Healed. We already did Bradley. Got a video of that. That's kind of long and a little boring. I apologize. We're going to do a different format on this hike this time around. So hopefully it comes out a little better. We'll use that as a hike, the new hiking format, but always good to have these, huh? Little emergencies. Everyone's welcome. No pooping. But we'll head up the trail. I've got my camera, Red Bull. Really, what else do you need to do a hike, right? So we'll go through here. We'll get you guys started up on the trail, and then, you know, if I come across anything interesting or see anything cool, I think I got something in my boot, then we'll fire the camera back up and see whatever, instead of just me holding the camera and you guys watching me walk through the woods the whole time for an hour. So if I come on anything cool or any junctions or whatnot, I'll bring you back to it. So let's see how this Bradley part of Healed and Bradley turn out. Alright. Alright, it looks like we're on the Homestead Trail. They want us to go this way. It's pretty easy so far. Just been walking on a trail like this. Nothing crazy. I love when I come across these old foundations in places like this. And you see these big trees growing up out of them. It's like, you know, how long has it been there for? Starting to get into a little bit of elevation. It's not crazy. It's not crazy, but it's enough. Remember, here, the beaver pile of sticks means no go that way. No go that way. Another one of those old foundation things. So far this trail, like I said, it's been nice. We're coming to a junction where they meet together. Sorry, I had to think about my words. Well, we're here. In the last video, we did all of this stuff right here. So we're going to do this. I didn't park down here. My truck doesn't fit in there. So we're going to walk all of this. So you guys aren't going to hear from me until we get back to that picnic table. You want to see the other stuff? You can go to search out that video. I apologize for how long it is. Alright, so here we are, picnic table area where we left off on the other video. So we're gonna go looking for this Bradley lookout area thing right here, and then probably go out to this one depending on the time, but we are doing this before I have to go to work, so it shouldn't be that bad. So we'll go up and see what this looks like. It says it's 1.5 miles. Maybe loop out around. Bang bang. I didn't know that there was a parking lot there. I guess that makes sense. Alright. we're about to do the summit trail. Up ahead there, it looks like we're about to get into a climb. A little less groomy of a trail. Looks like a tree had fallen down. Now it feels a little more than just walking in the woods. By golly. The question is this a half a mile climb uphill like this? Because that would be killer. But yeah, I'll see you at the top. Alright, so I get here. I see right here we can kind of go off this way. 2 lookouts. You get there and still go to the top. So that might be more exciting. So instead of just going right straight up over that, we'll go out that way. Sound good? Doesn't really show kind of how steep that is on the camera, but I guess that's always just the downfall to the camera. But we don't seem like we're on those nice fancy grooved little pampered trails. More like a little goat path on the side of a hill. So just remember, when you're out here by yourself and you're doing anything hiking related, mountain biking, running, just always make sure you're being careful. When you get service, update somebody where you are, how things are going. That way people have an idea. Just saying, sometimes what you think could be easy could turn into something difficult, be outside of your ability. At the end of the day, the important thing is everybody gets it all back home. Get out, adventure, be outside. Have some fun. Take out whatever you take in. Don't ruin it for anybody else. That doesn't do it much justice, but there is a massive rock right there. Alright, we'll see when we get to one of those overlooks. I think this is that first. Here, let me, so I don't fall down in there. Because it does drop off. I know it might not look like it. See what I mean? But there's your look. It's pretty nice. It's a nice good old mountain view, some water. Yeah. I think that would be that first one. We'll continue back on through this trail. Alright, so we've made it here. Not going down that parking lot trail. We just did this overlook thingy, if that's what they want to call it. We're gonna go over here to this one. Go to the summit there, which is probably where that big rock was that I was talking about. But I shouldn't be that bad to get that. Then we're gonna go back down this heritage loop. We'll see what we got for time when we get to here. I love it when the trail gets into stuff like this. Like that climb just up through there. It was pretty up there. It was not bad at all. You got some more of it happening. It's pretty good, decent little hike going on. And kind of wanted to show you. It looked like, yeah, from a distance back there, like a little rock chair. How cool is that? You guys wonder if this piece right here fell out of that boulder? I think it might have, if you really want to think about it. And they could have at one point in time been on their way down. That's kind of cool, I think. But hey guys, just always remember, for any one of us out there doing any of this, just always make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. You know, it really does help. It really does. We'll get back up at this. I think there's an overlook up here somewhere. Maybe that was it. Who knows? But I'll get back at you. All right, beautifuls. We're right here. We're going to go up here. So that cool little look thing had to be that rock. We'll go up to this picnic table. I'll have my Red Bull. We'll come back down here and loop out around. Gotta have those wings. You know what I mean? Looks like we'll have an easy walk to the summit. Like, could probably drive up here somewhere. It's always crazy when you think about how these mountains or land preserves were used. The things you can see on them, or the trails. It's always nice. It's always nice. Get out there, people. Just get out there. Alright, we made it up here onto the summit. For the life of me, I could never really understand why the things say no camping. Didn't really ever come up this way. You could definitely camp right here. I could see why they had to put up a sign. I'd be camping the crap up out of this if nobody told me I couldn't. That's one of the other ways up in, I guess. But here we are at the summit. So we're here. Made it up here. We'll go down back around the other way of the trail to finish the heritage loop here in just a minute. So we're gonna head out. We're gonna look for the Chestnut Trail down there. We'll see how we feel and what we got for time when we get there. You guys, one thing you're gonna hear me preach about a lot out here. If you take something like this with you, Red Bull, a beer, a tea, you gotta remember, nobody else wants to carry your crap back out. So if you bring it in, it really is your responsibility to bring it back up. So you just take the thing, stick it in your back pocket. Mine happen to have zippers on it so I can secure it. It's coming back out with me. Just saying, it's very important to keep our crap clean so we can enjoy beautiful things like this. It is trail maintenance on the way up. Saw another down tree. I just don't know if I can move this one. I think it might still have its root ball in there. Well, I guess that worked, right? Alright, it looks like when we get to this junction right here, we want to go that way. Because we're not seeing the pond from here. We'll go in that area. Go back down into these types of trails. It'll be exciting, right? You guys seriously almost missed this one. It was tucked off, come flying down through there. And I heard this little stream and I looked back. I saw this sign. So, saw the blue change, right? That's to the Chestnut Trail. We're gonna go out that way because how can we not go look for the pond, right? It's kind of like the whole purpose behind hiking out here was, you know, we looked at the healed pond. You all got to see that. We got to show you Bradley, right? So we got to get out in there somewhere and hope and pray that there's enough to be able to see something. And we might as well go down to freaking Perky's Path, see how perky that is, and go check out the Flathead Trail thing, and then you guys will have seen this whole entire area. So, like I said, we're gonna go down Chestnut Trail. See how that goes. But guys, I love water so much. Isn't it just, it's such a peaceful thing. Granted, the bugs, not so peaceful. But it's wet. It's been raining a lot, so kind of almost is like, use your imagination right now and you can pretend you're in the rainforest. Oh, we found a big map. Huh, look at that. That is a big map. We'll see if we can. There's all of the trails. With roads, trails, places to park, places to eat. Let's see what else we got going on there. Shows the gas stations. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We're gonna keep heading out that way. See if we can make it to the pond. Sorry, I saw a sign. I wanted to see what it said, but it said to Oat Hill parking lot, so no bigs. We'll continue out this way. Alright, we're gonna go out towards that pond right out through this way. See how good that looks. We'll see when we get out to the pond. Or if we see anything cool in the mix. It is buggy out here, guys. It's a pretty cool little thing out here. I think this is at woo, my 210-pound body made that squish a little. I don't know if you guys can pick up the birds that are flying off, but that's what we get. That's pretty cool. Let's continue back out. Something tells me that tree don't got long. Freaking damn beavers just can't leave wood alone. But we'll see out there how far we can make it. And then Who knows? You know, beavers, they hear running water and they're like, must, damn it. No running water. It's a thing for beavers, you know? But we're not gonna get into any type of lesson on beavers. We'll see if it's passable. If not, we'll show you why it's not passable. And then we'll just turn around. Alright, so here we are. There is a trail here. It goes out. Okay, let's lift you up. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but about 150 feet straight ahead is another trail marker sign. And I'm going to assume at one point in time, this was not all water. So that's what that sign is indicated. That to get over onto that Perky's pathway to take you out around to that parking lot out there just isn't happening. So we'll head back out and we'll go over to the other side. So I guess you guys aren't going to be able to get any view of the pond. So that's a stinker, but what are we to do? You guys, are we going to walk down this parking lot trail and go out here and see if we can't see the pond from here? I think I got time I could do that. Yeah, let's do that. It's crazy how these trails will just change so quickly from being like wet, rooty, rocky to almost like it's a ATV trail of sorts. Which, I mean, makes sense with people probably farmed up here, or people own land up here or around it or whatever, but it always makes it for an interesting hike. That's why you can never be too prepared for anything when you're out, because you never know. You should always make sure you got your cell phone, good pair of footwear, good socks. You should always have your cell phone and a knife, but that's just my personal opinion. So we'll see what it looks like when we get to that little parking area, and we just, sorry, we gotta take pictures for Instagram, so we'll do something like this, right? That's a pretty cool look here. We got this one here, right? That's pretty fly. This thing looks like just looking at it will kill you. Alright. Some more of that crazy water running. It's been so rainy too, so I mean, look at it just flowing, huh? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Can you guys see in here? Yeah, it kind of looks cool. Alright. We'll get back on doing it to it. Alright guys, we just walked into this massive parking lot, right? Like, it's huge. Horseflies everywhere. Crazy how big it is, look. What's even crazier is there's more parking. There's just parking. Somebody lives right there. More parking. Crazy. So we're on the flat hillside. Let me readjust this camera here. I wanted to show you guys how crazy huge that parking lot was. All the other ones are super small. Okay. Ticks, man. They always spray some kind of bugs on you. You guys want to read this? I'm assuming it's somebody's little poem. I'll help them get their stuff out there. Look at that. Oh yeah, here we are. We're right there. We're going to walk up this yellow trail. See if we can make it to the Flat Hill Lookout. See if we can't see that pond. And then we're going to make the crazy truck from here all the way back to my truck right there. That's the Flathead Trail. Flat Hill Trail. So we'll see what this looks like. If anything cool comes about, I'll bring you guys back into play. If not, I will see you at the overlook. So this here is the trail that the beavers killed. So we were going to walk through there, come up over this little knoll, and head out that way to that overlook, right? But beavers say, no. So like, you're out here, Perky's Path, that little connector trail right there. I wouldn't even bother trying to think about using it. And just any place, you know, beavers find some good flow, they're like, let's make it not good flow. That's just the thing beavers do. Well, this is what it looks like. Pretty. Yeah, we'll send you guys up there. That's what it looks like. That is our overview. So, I'm going to take my lovely walk back out. Like that, sorry. Alright. We made it back to the junction for finishing Heritage Loop. So we're going to do that. Back to Red Trail. But yeah, I'll see you guys again at the end when we get back to the parking lot. So hopefully it won't take too much longer. Whew. Alright, my beautiful people. We made it back out. That's the truck. This is where I parked. We did it. Alright people, thank you for joining me. Like always, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends where it's at, you know. Adventuring with DP. We'll keep doing these beautiful things. Peace.